remind ourselves in order to fix the lines. Imam is already here, inshallah. So let's fix ourselves. Let's fill the gaps, please. Come to the front and fill the gaps.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله. Brothers, to remind ourselves, please turn off your phone, double check your phones and turn it off, please. Double check your phones during the khutbah is not good.
إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدًا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. أما بعد، فإن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله وأحسن الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار ونعوذ بالله من النار وعذابها. يقول المولى سبحانه وتعالى في محكم تنزيله بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منها رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا ويقول أيضا يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. فيا إخوة الإسلام والإيمان السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أوصيكم وأوصي نفسي الخاطئة بتقوى الله جل وعلا وبطاعة الله وطاعة رسوله، ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. وتزودوا فإن خير الزاد التقوى، وتزودوا فإن خير الزاد التقوى. ويقول الرسول الحبيب صلوات ربي وسلامه عليه كل أمتي يدخلون الجنة إلا من أبى. قيل ومن يأبى يا رسول الله؟ قال من أطاعني دخل الجنة ومن عصاني فقد أبى، أو كما قال الرسول الحبيب صلوات ربي وسلامه عليه. Dear brothers and sisters in Islam, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I bear witness that there is no God worthy of worship except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the creator, the sustainer, the savior in the day of judgment. May Allah save us that day. And I bear witness that Muhammad ibn Abdullah is the last and the final messenger from Allah to mankind and to jinnkind. Whoever obey Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam and apply his teachings will be guided, and he will attain success in this life and the hereafter. May Allah give us that success. And whoever chooses to disobey Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam and disregard his teachings will be misguided and will be among the losers in this dunya and the akhirah. Doesn't matter how rich, how intellect you are, you will be among the losers. May Allah protect us from that. And we all know that we as Muslims, we should thank Allah every second, every nanosecond, we should thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. As Allah said, وَإِن تَعُدُّوا نِعْمَةَ اللَّهِ لَا تُحْصُوهَا. You as a human being, if you take your time, just a few minutes, to count Allah's blessings and bounties upon you, you cannot. But most of us, majority of us, we don't think about the blessings. We don't count the blessings. We count the misfortunes. Because every day we complain. Every Muslim brother you meet is complaining. While we don't look what Allah bless us with in His life. As we as Muslims, we should thank Him. Because all thanks, all credit belong to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Creator. It's a privilege as a human being when Allah guides you to His religion, to His faith, Islam. And He didn't guide you and leave you by yourself. He told you what is good for you. And He told you what will guide you. And He explained, He made it clear for you what will benefit you in the next life. Nothing is vague in Islam. Everything is clear. As the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we say all the time, تَرَكَنَا عَلَى الْمَحَجَّةِ الْبَيْضَاءِ لَيْلُهَا كَنَهَارِهَا. He left us on the right, clear, bright, sound path. The day and the night is the same. You won't differentiate. Nothing is vague in Islam. But we will forget all the time. All the time we don't think about it. Today, inshallah, we'll talk a little bit about our next life, the hereafter. which alhamdulillah today in our life, most of us, we don't think about the hereafter. We just think about now. What is my situation now? What I don't have now, not what I have, what I don't have now. Most of us, that is our daily life. I don't have this. I didn't achieve this. I didn't get this. Why this is not happening to me? Why this I didn't get it? We never say why I am doing this wrong. What I'm doing this will anger Allah. Why I'm not obeying Allah properly. Why I'm not thanking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Why? Most of us don't ask that. Did you take 5 minutes a day to say, today, what I did for Allah? Did I invest anything for my next life today? Did I? Because most of us at the daytime, when you meet your family or your friend, what do you say? Oh, today, Allah, it's not good. I didn't get this. I was late here. This didn't happen to me. This didn't do. All my problem is not going through. You never sit and say, how about my health today? My sight, my hearing, my being, my safety. Is it okay? All correct from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Because we as Muslim, Allah didn't say us just live, just be. No. He told us how to live, how to behave, what to say, what to do. A daily basis, daily. To the point that he tell you again, you as a believer, when you fear Allah, think about tomorrow. Because the tomorrow we think is our financial tomorrow. That we think about it a lot. We plan it. How about your next life? Because Allah said, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu attaqullah wal tanzur nafsum ma qaddamat lighad. Wattaqullah inna Allah khabirun bima ta'malun. ولا تكونوا كالذين نسوا الله فأنساهم أنفسهم أولئك هم الفاسقون لا يستوي أصحاب النار وأصحاب الجنة أصحاب الجنة هم الفائزون. In these 3 ayahs, Allah said, you who you believe, or who you believe. Because most of us, we call ourselves believers. But we never go and look in the Quran what Allah said about the qualities, about the characters of the believers. Any one of us, yes, Allah, I'm a believer, alhamdulillah, I'm a Muslim, I'm good. But did you go even just 1 hour or 30 minutes? Go through the Quran. You can Google it if you want to. What is the character of the believers in the Quran? Most of us, if we check brothers, we don't have more than 2. Out of 40, 50 of them. We don't have more than 2. Allah said, oh, you believe? Fear Allah. And consider. Every day you should consider and revise, analyze what you say for tomorrow. Every day. Not tomorrow, not after, not when you go to Hajj or when you get old or when you get sick. وَلْتَنْظُرْ نَفْسٌ مَا قَدَّمَتْ لِغَدٍ. Fear Allah. He put that action between 2 taqwa. That means you Muslim, if you have taqwa, it will be one of your priorities to check every day, what did I save for my tomorrow? Because all of us, we're working hard today for us to relax when we get old. That's why we work today. Right now, we're running 24 hours after dollars, building homes. Why? For us to retire in peace. Did you ask yourself for your next life how you will retire? Because everything we will have there, we have to work for it here in few years. Because if you check as a human being, if you consider your time, calculate it, you don't have more than 20 years to work for eternity. You don't. That means you have minimum or maximum 20 years for you to do your best to save yourself and to prepare for your best life in the grave and the hereafter. Did you ever sit and ask yourself what I did for that? You don't. That was the difference between us and the companions of the Prophet ﷺ, and of the tabi'in and tabi'in. They will run for their life, they will work hard for their life, but after a while they will sit, ask themselves what I did today for Allah. What did I save today for my tomorrow? My bank account in the akhirah, what did I put in there? Which type of investment? If it's good, they thank Allah. If it's bad, they repent to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Some of us even pray in some raka'at at his home, we don't do it. We leave home tired. We get in tired. Leave home rushing. Coming home rushing to go to bed. Never sit and say, oh, my day today. Did I pray on time? Or I prayed Asr after, maybe before sunset, 5 minutes. I was taking a customer out there. Or I'm busy with customers. Did I pray my Fajr on time? How many prayers I did in Jama'ah? Because we don't ask that. And Allah commands us for us to observe, to analyze, and to see what we say for the next life. And he said again, وَلَا تَكُونُوا كَالَّذِينَ نَسُوا اللَّهَ. Oh, you believe, don't be like the people who forgot Allah. Don't. And most of us, we have that problem today. When we are in a bad situation, in trouble, we say Allah. But when Allah called us, we are not there. Hayya ala salah, hayya ala falah, Fajr time you sleeping. Hayya ala salah, hayya ala falah, Zuhr time you running. Hayya ala salat, hayya ala falah, Asr time you busy with your TV or your what you're busy about. Now you hope that Allah will give you what He promised. You're calling yourself a believer, but your action is not the action of a believer. And He said, okay, you believe, people who believe, don't forget Allah. If you do that, be sure that Allah will make you forget your own selves. That means you will never consider something important unless for your dunya. And our Prophet ﷺ made it clear for us. Ad-dunya sijnul mu'min. You as a Muslim, you have to accept that when you wake up in the morning, you are in a prison here. The paradise, the everlasting bliss, your comfort, your well-being, all is in the akhirah. But we Muslims today, we flip it. Most of us, our Jannah become this dunya. The akhirah, just a little bit. Because we depend that Allah will forgive us everything without us working for nothing. Compare yourself to the companions of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Compare them. Just take one of them, compare yourself to him. Do you know what he was looking for? Jannah. And you looking for the same thing? Jannah. See what they did and what you are doing today. What we Muslims are doing today. Not because they have a lot of money. Some of them have, but their life was hard, tough. Our life is easy, but we don't think about akhirah. Especially in the matter of our wealth. Because most of us, we complain. And Allah in the Quran, whenever He asks us to spend, He will remind us one thing first. Spend from what I bless you with. Anfiqu mimma razaqnakum. He will remind you, He is the one who bless you with that money. He is the one who give you that wealth. He is the one who give you that health. He is the one who give you that safety and peace. He just asks you to take a little bit from it. He didn't say spend everything, just a little bit of it. To the point, Allah bless us with our lives. We believe that He is the one who created us. He is the one who gives us life. He blesses us with the wealth. After that, he said, okay, let me buy it back from you. Let me buy it from you again. Giving you what? Jannah again. Come and carry it. He give you life, he give you money. He said, give it, please. Sell me the money and your life. I will give you Jannah. إن الله اشترى من المؤمنين أنفسهم وأموالهم بأن لهم الجنة. Now we want the Jannah without the work. We want the Jannah without the hard work. We want the Jannah without no effort. Allah said, if we forgot Him, He will make us forget ourselves. Now today, let's ask ourselves, what is our situation in the world today as Muslims? For me, I don't know. For you, I don't know. For me, whenever I open the TV or I hear about Muslims, wallahi, it's just headache. And headache. I will ask myself, is not the Quran present with us? The Hadith is not here. What's wrong with us? But after a while, I will say our relation with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We have the best tool, the best, the greatest. But we are weak. Not because we don't know the deen, brothers, but because for Allah, we're not ready to work hard for it. For this dunya, we give it all the effort we have. Because I know myself. I know my peers what we're doing. Whatever we think about 20 hours out of the 24 is how I build this house, how I buy this, how I make that money, how I fill my account. That is our preoccupation as Muslims. While that is not our mission in this dunya. It's for us to try to save ourselves from hellfire and worship Allah to the point He will have mercy and give us Jannah. Because you as a Muslim, you have to know your success. All the success, dunya and akhirah, if you want it, it's only 2 points. فَمَنْ زُحْزِحَ عَنِ النَّارِ وَأُدْخِلَ الْجَنَّةِ فَقَدْ فَازَ. Point. Period. If you try your best, you work hard, till Allah have mercy on you and protect you and save you from hellfire and give you Jannah, indeed you have succeeded. May Allah give us that success. But it's not free. Allah says He will give you Jannah, but you have to give in return just 2 things, which He is the one who bless you with it. Your life, that includes your time, your health, your money, your wealth, what Allah bless you. You give it to Allah. Allah said He will give you Jannah. May Allah give us Jannah. Allah said, وَلَا يَسْتَوِي أَصْحَابُ النَّارِ وَأَصْحَابُ الْجَنَّةِ. You as a believer, you have to believe that the people of Jannah and the people of hellfire are not equal at all. You have to know that. That's why you have to save yourself from hellfire. Because Ashabul Jannah humul faizun. The people who will succeed in the next life, who had success even in this life and the hereafter, is the people of Jannah. May Allah make us from the people of Jannah. Well, Allah said He will sell it. Are you ready to buy it? It's up to it. Because we today, in our time, we're not scared about hellfire. We will sit 1 hour listening about hellfire, nothing will happen to our hearts. Nothing. It won't change nothing in us. We will sit and listen about Jannah 1 hour, nothing will shake. That's why the Quran is here. Wallahi, that is the tool which made the companions of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam the greatest human being ever. We have it. We have the Sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Just we have to be ready to give Allah what He asks, and He will give us what we want and what we need. Allah said He is the one who want to buy from us our lives, our times, our health, our wealth. And He will pay us back with His mercy, with His Jannah. So why I'm saying this is the situation of our masajids. I'm going around most of the masajid. Allah, sometimes you will see a masjid which 100, 200 Muslims pre-count all the time. But the situation of the masjid is so bad, so rough. You will imagine, are those real Muslims? Does they value the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Because most of our living rooms, most of us, our living rooms are more beautiful than the masajid of Allah. More cleaner, more nicer. We take care of it. But the house of Allah, most of us, we just enter in it, we pray and we rush out. Even if we see something wrong, or something to be repaired, something to be maintained, we don't ask about it. We say, they will take care of it. They. And your Jannah, they won't buy it for you. He won't buy it for you. She won't buy it for you. You have to buy it for yourself. And we say the houses of Allah. We didn't say the house of so and so. Because it's the only thing we, the Ummah today, we have which has no nationalism, no tribalism. The only thing. Because our identity, we change it. The first Muslim, they understand their identities. Their identity number one, Muslimun. Muslimun. We today, alhamdulillah, before you say Muslim, you have to mention 6 or 7 nomination before you say I'm a Muslim. But the house of Allah, we all agree, is the houses of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When you enter the house of Allah, you are a guest of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So ask yourself, what is your intention? What is the value of the house of Allah in your heart as a Muslim? Because most of our masajis are not maintained well because of the lack of financial. We have the people who take care of it, but lack of money. And we every day, some of us, or every Jummah we leave out to come to the masjid of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, while we leave it the way we see it for the years to come. So ask yourself, what type of Jannah do you want? What type of Jannah you are ready to buy? Because Allah says He's buying from you. He have the Jannah as a price. Are you ready to buy it? It's up to you. وأقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم فاستغفروه إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. الحمد لله الذي بنعمته تتم الصالحات. ربنا لك الحمد حمدا كثيرا طيبا مباركا فيه كما تحب وترضى. وصل اللهم وسلم وبارك على النبي الأمي محمد وآله وأزواجه أمهات المؤمنين وذريته كما صليت وباركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. فيا إخوة الإسلام والإيمان، أكثروا من الصلاة والسلام على الحبيب المصطفى في هذا اليوم العظيم. فإن الحبيب المصطفى يقول: إن من أفضل أيامكم يوم الجمعة فأكثروا فيه من الصلاة علي فإن صلاتكم معروضة علي. ويقول أيضا: من صلى علي صلاة واحدة صلى الله عليه بها 10. اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على نبينا محمد وآله. Dear brothers and sisters in Islam, Yawm al-Jum'ah is a great day for us, we Muslims. It's one of the Eids. So as a Muslim, you have to respect it. One of the things you do, you take nice shower and you take nice clothes, which most of us, because we will leave home early, we go to work. Find a nice jilbab or nice clothes, put it in a bag. When you come into the masjid for the Jummah, dress up nicely as respecting the Jummah. Allah said, خُذُوا زِينَتَكُمْ عِنْدَ كُلِّ masjid. Dress up nicely as a Muslim to come to the house of Allah. You visit in Allah's house. You are His guest. To the point, in a hadith, in the day of judgment, Allah ينادي لا ينادي ويقول أين جيراني أين جيراني وتقول الملائكة وينبغي هل ينبغي لأحد أن يجاورك قال أين عمار المساجد. In the day of judgment, Allah will ask, where is my neighbors who will be closer to Allah? The angels will say, hey, who have that right to be your neighbor, brother? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He the Almighty Allah. He said, where is the people who used to frequent the masajid? Take care of the masajid. Go to the masajid. Where are those people? And we know Allah said, إِنَّمَا يَعْمُرُ مَسَاجِدَ اللَّهِ مَنْ آمَنَ بِاللَّهِ وَالْيَوْمِ الْآخِرِ وَأَقَامَ الصَّلَاةَ وَآتَى الزَّكَاةَ وَلَمْ يَخْشَ إِلَّا اللَّهِ فَعَسَى أُولَٰئِكَ أَنْ يَكُونُوا مِنَ الْمُهْتَدِينَ. In fact, indeed, the people who built up, maintain, take care of the masajid of Allah are the people who believe in Allah. Those are the people who believe in Allah and they believe in the next life. Allah described them by that. And they establish prayer, they give zakat, and they fear none but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They don't fear even poverty. They don't. And alhamdulillah, most of us, we file in taxes. We will get return. Some of us get 5, 6, 7,000. Now we're thinking about finishing that wall which I started, that house which I started back home, or how to furnish my house. 3,000, 4,000 old furnitures, TVs. In that, have you think, even give the thought, how much I will give to Allah? Or the house of Allah, I show a carpet which is little old. Can I give there to buy that carpet? How much I give to Allah to paint His house? How much I give Allah to pay the bills of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Most of us, we don't. We receive that return and we spend it all in bricks and cement, which we will never live in it, which will never benefit us in the next life. Never. Because you will never build a house which is not for Allah, not for madrasa, not for the deen, and you get the benefit. You will leave it for people to fight about it after you die. We all know Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He asked us to the point He gave Ibrahim and Ismail, وَعِدْنَا إِلَى إِبْرَاهِيمَ وَإِسْمَاعِيلَ أَنْ طَهِّرَا بَيْتِيَ لِلطَّائِفِينَ وَالْعَاكِفِينَ وَالرُّكَّعِ السُّجُودِ. He commanded them, His prophet, Ibrahim, Ismail, go clean my home. Clean it. Take care of it. Maintain it. Now you and I, we should ask ourselves, how many times in the whole year, I won't say a month, you came and cleaned a house of Allah? How many times? Ask yourself. Allah commanded His prophets to go clean His houses. You as a Muslim who believe in Allah, who want to build for himself a house in the next life, how many times you went to a house of Allah and you clean it? Or you ask, what's wrong there, or what is missing, let me put something there. How many times? Because most of us wouldn't do it. To the point you see a Muslim will see a dirt in the house of Allah, not the house of someone. He will leave it for someone else to clean it. Because maybe he consider that house is not his house. Ya subhanallah. We Muslims, we have to know that masajid is the best places Allah loves in this dunya. أحب البلاد إلى الله مساجدها وأبغض البلاد إلى الله أسواقها. The most beloved places on earth is the houses of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Where we don't love. We come there, we rush to go out. And the most hated places to Allah is the markets, where we spend 20 hours there, we're not tired. Where we do our business has to be clean. Otherwise, the government will be there for us. But the houses of Allah, we don't care. Because we don't believe Allah will pay us for cleaning it. And the Prophet ﷺ told us, if you take care of the house of Allah, Allah will take care of you. He will give you a house the day you have no money, no power, no land. Because in the Akhirah you cannot buy a land. Only Allah's mercy will give you a land. And the easiest way to get that is for you to take care of the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in this dunya. من بنى لله بيتا يبتغي وجه الله به وجه الله بنى الله له بيتا في الجنة. If you as a Muslim believe, you build for Allah a house, you participate in building for Allah's house, and you participate in maintaining Allah's house, the Prophet said Allah will give you a big house, a palace in the Akhirah. It's up to you to buy it or not. It's up to you if you want to get it there or not. Because if He give you home in Jannah, that means He will make sure, inshallah, give you guidance, you go to Jannah. So as a Muslim brother, make it a habit, brother, when you visit the house of Allah, you be clean, you clean the house of Allah. You take care of the house of Allah. You lower your voices, which most of us like to yell when we enter, not talk the way we want. To the point Sayyidina Umar one day, he told one of the companions, go bring me two men was arguing in the masjid. He go bring me these two people here. They came. He said, you people are from where? They said, we are from Taif. He said, Wallah, if you were among the people of this residence of Medina, I will whoop you good. But just talking loud in the masjid of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Now, most of us, when we come to the masjid, even the shoes, we have shoe rack. Wallahi, sometimes I will look at it. We don't care just putting it on the floor. We have the rack. It's to help your fellow Muslim brother when they're going out not to trip. At the entrance, it's to help your Muslim brothers to go freely and enter freely. But you as a Muslim, you don't mind. Take your shoe, put it at the middle and enter in the masjid. Our masajid is the houses of Allah. Whenever you enter the masjid, you have wudu, the angels will start praying for you. Allahumma aghfir lahu, Allahumma arham. Allahumma aghfir lahu, Allahumma arham. As long as you have wudu. So ask yourself, you coming to seek reward or to seek sins? Because we know, the Prophet told us, removing something which will harm the Muslims from their way is part of Iman. That's the beauty of Islam. It's not only praying and fasting. Being good and kind and thoughtful about others is part of your Iman. So you have to know the houses of Allah, as long as we say it's masajid, Baytullah, we have to respect it. That's why the Prophet ﷺ told us there are 7 people, category of people in the day of judgment. They will be closer to Allah. That's only is enough. And Allah will give them shade. That Allah is more. Imagine the day there's no house, no tree, no rock, no mountains. Flat, white ground. Every human being standing there naked. And this heat, which we run from here, 100 degrees, everyone don't go outside, drink. In the day of judgment, it will be flipped till 1 mile from our head, or half a mile. The Prophet said that day, no shade except Allah's shade, His throne. And 7 categories of people He will put under there. That means they will be closer to Allah. Imagine that. You are as a slave being closer to Allah, under His throne. How that only is Jannah. By itself is more than Jannah. The Prophet said one of them, وَرَجُلٌ قَلْبُهُ مُتَعَلِّقٌ بِالْمَسَاجِدِ or رَجُلٌ قَلْبُهُ مُعَلَّقٌ بِالْمَسَاجِدِ. Among them is a person, man or woman, whose heart is concerned about the houses of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ask yourself, are your heart concerned of the masajid of Allah? Or you just come inside and you give $1, you go outside? Did you ask the bills? Who pays it? Did you participate? Because most of us will pay cable. Our cable and internet is more than 100, some of us $200 a month. Ask yourself how many dollars you give to the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because you investing for yourself, for the next life, for buying Jannah. So what I'm asking you and asking myself to do is, brothers and sisters, let's maintain the houses of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's one of the symbols of our religion. And one of the greatest ones which remain today, because our unity, we are fractured. The masjid is the only place we meet, we feel that we are brothers and sisters. So when you enter a masjid, look around, the way you look around your home, the doors, the windows, the carpet, the walls. Something is not right, fix it. Allah will fix for you your life, and He will fix for you your akhirah. When you have to pay your bills, especially the things which has no value, 100 channels, 200 channels, even you cannot watch that, but you're paying for it. Think about the bills of the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. $50, $100 won't kill you. And you invest in it for yourself. Wallahi, those buildings we're building back homes, those big houses we're buying, will benefit us nothing in the grave, nothing in the next life. Most of it will be headache for our families after us. But the houses of Allah which we maintain, the $40, $50, $100 you give to pay the bill of the house of Allah, to let it be, not closed. You invest in for yourself, which Allah will hold it dearly, and He will pay you nicely. Because He is the one who asked you to do it. He said, "Man dhal ladhi yuqridu Allah qardan hasana fayudha'ifahu lahu wa lahu ajrun karim." Who among you, you believers, will loan Allah a good loan? Nothing is better than this way, to give it to the house of Allah. Because it's a continuous. As the Prophet told us, إِذَا مَاتَ ابْنُ آدَمَ إِنْقَطَعَ عَمَلُهُ إِلَّا مِنْ ثَلَاثٍ صَدَقَةٍ جَارِيَةٍ وَعِلْمٍ يُنْتَفَعُ بِهِ وَوَلَدٍ صَالِحٍ يَدْعُو لَهُ. We all know we have a temporary time here. We don't know. Some of us maybe next week is not here. Some of us tomorrow maybe. We don't know. But the best thing for you to invest for the next life is taking care of the houses of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's the difference between us and the non-Muslim. For them, they have endowment, waqf. We Muslim will neglect that now. Most of them, the rich people, when they die, they will have a lot of money for their churches, synagogues, or their association. We Muslim, we don't have it right now. Because to the point, we Muslim, most of us even don't write a will. It's something Islam asked us to do. And before first Muslim, they did that. They will take part of their money. They will say, this is for Allah after I die. Be it a home, be it a school, be it anything, which will make a lot of money for the Muslims and the establishments. So we Muslims, we should teach ourselves that. Whenever you visit the house of Allah, spend. Because you invest in for yourself, brothers. What you keep at home won't benefit you. وأقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم فاستغفروه إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب. اللهم إنا نسألك الهدى والتقى والعفاف والغنى. اللهم انصرنا وانصر إخواننا المستضعفين في جميع أنحاء العالم يا رب العالمين. اللهم انصرهم وثبت أقدامهم. اللهم انصرهم وثبت أقدامهم. اللهم أنزل عليهم سكينتك ولطفك يا رب العالمين. اللهم أطعمهم من جوع وآمنهم من خوف يا رب العالمين. اللهم ردهم إلى أوطانهم سالمين غانمين يا رب العالمين. اللهم أعز الإسلام والمسلمين. اللهم أعز الإسلام والمسلمين وأذل الشرك والمشركين وأذل الشرك والمشركين. اللهم إنا نسألك الجنة ونعيمها ونعوذ بك من النار وعذابها. وصلى الله على محمد وآله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا وآخر دعوانا الحمد لله رب العالمين.
This good one.